Communicating for Employment by Tabreez Shaikh. Subject: English for Management. Communicating for Employment. Employment communication revolves around written communication and conversation between the employer and the job seekers. The employer communicates with the job seeker or prospective talents about the vacancies, company culture, perks and benefits and security, etc. Employers use creative means to attract and retain best talents. 1. Prospective candidates communicate with the employer about their interest and willingness to work through different mediums. 2. Employment communication is the viable way or ways through which the job seeker persuades the employer to hire him, her, by demonstrating that his, her knowledge, expertise, and skills satisfy the job requirements in the best possible manner. 3. Looking for a job is not a single event. It is a process. The job seeker has to invest time and energy in the job process. 4. It is not as difficult as it appears to land on a good job, even in the midst of tough competitions. 5. Another fact that needs attention here is that it is not necessarily the most talented who bags the prize. Rather, someone who has excellent job search skills, and of course, he who performs adequately. An aspirant for a job has to pass through various stages to get the job. The stages are as below. Know your potentials. The job seeker must know his, her potential or resources and assess them thoroughly. In this way, he, she can plan the strategy for going through the process of job searching. Recognize potential employer. The job seekers need to choose the fields to perform and excel in. If he has the required competence for banking sector, he may choose the employer, any of the existing banks, who can meet his expectation as a job holder. Applying for the job. At this stage, the job seeker needs to be sincere in preparing the curriculum vitae, resume, or biodata. Interviewing, participating in group discussion. At this stage, the job seeker reaches the final round of his job search. Successful completion of this stage lands him, her, in the job. Curriculum vitae, resume, and biodata. Curriculum vitae, resume, or biodata are authentic and brief account of a person's education, qualifications, previous engagements, other skills typically sent with the job application. Curriculum vitae or CV. The phrase curriculum vitae, of Latin origin, means course of life. It provides a detailed account of the applicant covering every skill, all the jobs and positions held, degrees, professional affiliations he or she has acquired in a proper sequence. The CV, or curriculum vitae, is an in-depth and structured information about the professional experience and qualification of a person. It is more elaborate than a resume. Components of a good curriculum vitae or CV. As the CV acts as an identity card for an applicant's entry into his or her chosen job, it should have the following details. 1. Personal details. Personal details contains address, email, phone number, marital status, nationality, date and place of birth, and also addition of social media account if it is used in a professional way. 2. Educational qualifications. This contains the qualifications in a chronological order with authentic data. 3. Work experience. This includes specific, applicable experience in relation to the job as opposed to the generalities. 4. Skill summary. This includes a brief, bulleted list of the relevant skills and experience that the applicant possesses. Adding this section can capture the attention of the recruiter who spends few seconds to read the CV. Here's one tip. Computer skills should be prioritized. 5. Knowledge of languages. This includes the applicant's proficiency, both in spoken and writing abilities in languages. 6. Interest and other activities. The interest and activities include hobbies, interest, and other relevant topics about the applicant pertinent to the context. Job application letter. A job application letter, also known as covering letter, is sent attached with the applicant's resume or CV. The letter represents the documents attached with the application. It provides a brief account of the applicant's interest in the job in question. Effective application letter explains well the reasons for the applicant's interest in the specific organization and the job he or she is applying for. The application letter communicates to the employer about the position the applicant is applying for and what makes him/her the most suitable candidate, why he or she should be selected for an interview, etc. Job interview. The lexical meaning of job interview is a formal meeting at which someone is asked questions in order to find out if they are suitable for a post of employment. It is one of the most globally recognized and popularly used devices for employee selection. Even if a job interview is a challenging experience for the applicant and a time-consuming exercise for the employer, it plays a pivotal role in determining whether the interviewer or the employer and the interviewee will make an effective match. However, a candidate appearing for an interview is suggested to get through the screening test based upon his/her job application letter and CV. Importance of job interview. Apart from being one of the most popular devices for the employee selection, job interview is important for many reasons. Interview is where a candidate can make a favorable impression. It provides a great deal of value for the company and the candidates alike. It provides a chance to the employer to assess the candidate's personality and expertise to determine if he/she would be a befitting person for the post for which the interview is being conducted. It serves as a two-way medium for the exchange of information. The interviewer learns more about the candidate, and the candidate in turn comes to learn about the organization and the demands of the job. It provides a selling opportunity for the organization as well as the candidate. Job interview enables the employer or the organization to weed out unsuitable candidates and select the most deserving ones for the job in question. The employer can analyze the communication skills of the candidate from the interview. It is the only method of direct contact between the candidate and the employer. It gives the interviewer an opportunity to verify the information provided in the resume or the CV and explore and clarify any issue raised by the resume. It also enables the employer to obtain some information about the candidate which might not be available otherwise, like his/her future plans, perceptions about some burning issues, etc. It provides a platform where the organization gives information about itself, its policies, and its culture and work environment, and also the job of the candidate. Types of interview. 1. Face-to-face interview. This is the most common form of job interview, where the interviewers physically meet the interviewee. 2. Telephonic interview. This takes place on cell phones and landlines. 3. Sequential interview. This is where the candidate is interviewed on a one-to-one basis by interviewers separately. 4. Direct interview. This is where the candidates are obliged to answer a set of question paper assigned to them by the employer. 5. Panel interview. This is where 3 or more members of the hiring organization sit and question the interviewee on current issues and other critical topics. Useful tips for success in the interview. 1. Know the organization. 2. Prepare your responses to common interview questions. 3. Stick to the rules of etiquette and suitable dress code. 4. Be punctual, positive, relaxed, and well prepared. 5. Be confident and authentic in your answer to the interviewers. 6. Ask questions. Let's summarize. Employment communication revolves around written communication and conversation between the employer and the job seekers. The stages for an aspirant to finally secure a job are: know your potentials, recognize potential employer, applying for the job, interviewing or participating in group discussion. Curriculum vitae, resume, or biodata are authentic and brief account of a person's education, qualifications, previous engagements, other skills typically sent with a job application. Resume contains a summary of the applicant's education, professional skills, previous jobs, and personal interests. Biodata mainly contains personal facts about a person. Effective job application letter explains well the reasons for the applicant's interest in the specific organization and the job he or she is applying for. Job interview is a formal meeting at which someone is asked questions in order to find out if they are suitable for a post of employment. A thank you note or a thank you letter is a letter of thanks sent to the interviewers after you return from your job interview.